Greetings, family. We're live on Revolutionary Cam. This is Bomani Tayemba. I'm here with my wonderful sister, Jennifer White, and from our Ghana Repatriation Investment Tour, November 2017. And we literally came back about 5 weeks ago. Yeah, I got back December 2nd, and it's January 9th, 2018. So it's been, wow, it's a new year and everything. And just looking back at the reflections of the journey, want to talk with you about tour organizing for us to share with our brothers and sisters to get more into the focus of organizing us to share a common experience. Yeah. So want you to give just a brief introduction about yourself and how you got started in the tour organizing business.
All right, greetings and Happy New Year. I was born in San Diego and ventured to Ghana for the first time studying abroad in 2005 and just fell in love with the country, ended up staying for a year. And when I returned home, I just couldn't stop talking about what an incredible experience it was and how beautiful the country was and just what the culture was like. And my friends kept asking me to, organize a tour there. So the first tour I organized was 42 delegates from UCLA Black Alumni Association. And we went in 2007. We just had our 10-year anniversary. And that kind of jump-started me doing trips to Africa. I also, since then, organized trips to Ethiopia, also did Togo and Benin, Egypt, South Africa, Botswana, Zimbabwe, just really continued to bring people to the motherland, mostly for nonprofit organizations, and eventually just found my purpose. I like connecting people to things anyway, to good causes, and so connecting folks to the motherland has just really become my new passion. So I've been doing it for 10 years and just finally decided to dedicate my time to it full time.
Excellent. Appreciate you sharing that. You have a very extensive travel background on the African continent. So you mentioned East Africa, West Africa, Southern Africa. To most people, they're like, wow, it's it's a lot of different countries. Where do I go to first? And what I've noticed is different parts of Africa features different things. Like I'm drawn more to Ghana because we deal with the African Holocaust and Holocaust dungeons and the Pan-African history. But share some of the other parts of Africa that may not necessarily have some of those things that Ghana has, but have other things that someone of African ancestry would take part in or be open to as far as cultural.
Yeah, Ghana's as you mentioned, it's a great place to start just because of our history and our connection there, right? As people in the diaspora, and because it's English speaking and it's been such a stable country politically for the last 40 years or maybe 50 years, no, 60 years, right? They just had their 60th anniversary, and so. So for that reason, it's incredible. It's powerful, the people who came back, who I recruited to go on our group this time, were really, I don't know how else to say it. They were shook when they came back, and coming home was a different home for them because they felt like their spirit was really now part of it in Africa, and so that it really became home for them. And so that was a different type of travel than they had ever had. So Ghana is incredible for that. Egypt was incredible. The pyramids. I mean, there's nothing like the pyramids. So seeing the Sphinx and that history and the Nile River and just the cradle of civilization was incredible. Learning about Nubia and the Black Egyptians that were kind of gentrified out, I guess, by, it's kind of interesting, see those contradictions. They're everywhere, right? So that was interesting with Egypt. Ethiopia is amazing just in terms of its biblical history. I'm not much of a biblical scholar, but again, it's connected to the Nile. The Ethiopia is the beginning of the Nile. The Blue Nile starts in Ethiopia, and so there's incredible churches and just a lot of history there. Even for people who love reggae music, I've always see my bar picture back there. I've always loved reggae, or I grew up listening and loving reggae, and so visiting Shashamane as the place that Haile Selassie gave to Black people, and that Rastafarians basically reclaimed was very powerful as well. And seeing, for Ethiopia, visiting the only country that's never been colonized by Europeans was amazing, and seeing the remnants of the Italians, like they have really good lasagna, just different things. So that was really interesting about Ethiopia. Where else have I been? South Africa was amazing. I went to UCLA, and UCLA back in the 80s had a very huge movement to end apartheid, and it really sparked colleges across the country to divest from South Africa. They boycotted and protested different banks and caused the banks like Bank of America, that used to be called Great Apartheid, to divest, Wells Fargo, and just really started the snowball effect of that was the downfall of apartheid. And so for that reason, South Africa, for a lot of folks who were active and who were activists back in the 80s, was very significant in seeing what had happened since the country, since the end of apartheid, since since they elected, why his name's on top of my tongue, what's his name? President of South Africa. I'm thinking of Jacob Zuma's in my head now, but what's his name? Help me, Bomani.
I guess you're talking about the current president.
No, the past president. I'm seeing his face.
Thabo Mbeki.
No, Nelson Mandela. Just seeing, what Nelson Mandela stood for and represented, but then actually seeing what the realities on the ground were of what actually transformed, which was not really much in terms of the economic benefits and, what, how people's lifestyle was like in terms of Black South Africans. So that was, really interesting to see with regard to South Africa. And then being down there, we ventured off to Zambia and Zimbabwe and Botswana, and to see Victoria Falls and get a little nature and go on, one of the best safaris, and really just that part of Africa, still Southern Africa, but Zambia and Botswana, just a much slower pace with respect to the climate and the culture, and with Zambia, like one major road going through it, and just has a very small town feel, but very green and very lush, and a very protected wildlife there. So there, just all very different parts of Africa, south, east, west, and even within those parts, recognizing that we can only go to so many places going nonstop, but every, there's so many different regions in every individual country that are all very unique, with unique languages and unique cultures and unique food, and it's just a never-ending educational experience. So yeah,
exactly. Appreciate you sharing the full details.
I can't believe I can remember Nelson Mandela's name. Crucify me.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about someone else other than Mandela, but
I was thinking Steve Biko. I had so many names in my head. Sorry.
That's beautiful, and we share the same extensive travel background. It seems like you've been to about 9 to 12 different African countries.
Something like that. Togo and Benin, yeah.
Right. Been to 9 myself, and like yourself, I've been around East Africa, West Africa, South Africa, Northeast Africa, but I've never been to Morocco and that part of African continent, or in the center, or Central Africa. But nevertheless, those are the popular regions, and those are what we offer. And as the business grow, we can definitely offer more. But one of the unique things about your travel experience is it's something that we want to share more and more of, and so it can be more in the consciousness of people's mind that these tours are not just for white folks only. And I do hear many people when they say they travel and they go on the flights, they say they see very little to no black folks, and trying to share and educate our people about this the world of traveling, moving, and doing business and investing, and so on. So, has that been your experience?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's certainly not a problem when you go to Africa. You're going to see black. I mean, it's nice to be in the majority, to just feel what that feels like. It's on a lot of people's bucket lists, to go, and it's such a gift to be able to introduce people, to the motherland, and to take them places where you've been, and connections that you've created, and to build that global village that we can, recycle our dollars, and continue to grow and share our ideas and share our experiences, and just grow as human beings. So it's a very rewarding lifestyle we have chosen, I'd say, in continually doing this and allowing ourselves to go back, or enabling ourselves, right, really, to go back and connect people. So thank you, God, for blessing us.
Appreciate the energy of that. Also, it's one of the business I've been sharing with my brothers and sisters over a period of time, that tourism, travel, investing, all of these are wonderful business opportunities. And so this, all it takes is one journey. You get your passport and you book that journey, and once you get started on that journey, you open up your world. Like this.
I'm looking for this Bomani, this book that you have. I thought it was right here on my desk, but the book you have of the Guide to Investing in Africa, the Black Guide to Investing in Africa, which is a very short read. That one, yes. But just really gives a really good snapshot about, from an African perspective, of what opportunities are there, and just some easy things, like they had suggested, like setting up a little shop, a bodega, right, where you have different things and you can sell things, which is why when we went for the Women's Center, we collected clothes, and gonna try to set up a clothing shop so we can buy and sell clothes and create some jobs. Or even the book recommended, with getting land and growing things that we can process, that we can resell and ship out and export, that add value to the economy. There's just so many opportunities that you and I have talked about. You mentioned earlier, our dollar will go so much farther there, than here, just continually paying for the same things we're paying for here just to maintain, whereas there, we can actually do some investing where our money will grow. We can build wealth.
Absolutely, I'm with you on that, and that's the main thing that you want to do, is open your world up to a world of business and investment, and then taking what's there in the country. You have so many different countries and so many different things that that you can get involved with. And a lot of times, also depends on your background, or just what you're interested in doing. And many things that people do here, they can also just add certain links to that and do in the motherland. That just depends on which country they're in. So, we also just are letting our brothers and sisters in African diaspora know that whatever you're looking for, you can find an African continent. You can do family reunions, weddings, honeymoons, getaway. It has every single atmosphere. I'm talking about the African continent.
Yeah. And what I've found just in going over the years, I've just learned to appreciate the healing value of going. You talk about investing, repatriation, and investing in yourself is part of one of the important parts of traveling, and just harnessing the healing energy of the motherland is a very powerful energy that we were able to tap into, which is we did our sister circles there, and just really connect and share our stories and share what our experiences are like. You know, in America, I'm in California. You know, my experiences are different than your experiences in Atlanta. You know, and even where you were born in Jamaica. You know, or where I grew up, and you know, where I grew up, you know, spent a lot of time in Los Angeles. You know, just different experiences in different places and different people we've met and different things we've learned, and just sharing that for our own self-healing and taking the time to do that, which is how I've, you know, just kind of been designing or curating my trips, I would say, to really focus on the healing energy of the motherland, and as women connecting to that energy and to each other and to healing ourselves.
Excellent, and I appreciate you sharing that. And that's also to let everyone know that all itineraries are different, and in both of our itineraries, we add a little bit of everything in it to make it as balanced and open. And you can also stay longer in the country. You know, you don't always have to return back with everyone. You can extend your stay, change your return ticket for however long you want to stay, and then just do some ground or field research and get out there and explore. Just
Yeah,
like
and you and I, you know, we know people there. So, you know people wherever we go. I know people wherever we go. So getting lost, you know, staying a little bit longer. You know, I love to, after my groups leave, stay for another week or two, you know, if I can, especially if I have my child with me, you know, to just hang out with the people, you know, and see what real life is like. Because going on a tour, you know, you're a tourist, you know, but when you can hang out with people and stay in their home and, you know, eat with them and see what they do to live, you know, you get to see another side. So, you know, we really try to definitely build that in, along with the investment opportunities, and seeing how you can generate wealth there and generate revenue and have another lifestyle. You know, there's another alternative to life and stress in America.
exactly, and what you do, you're planning for the future, because no doubt the African continent is going to boom. I mean, it seemed like the rest of the world, that's their focus, and it's like a fight for Africa. Who's going to be the people that's going to be invested in this sector, that sector? Who's going to own this? Who's going to be a part of, you know, certain things as far as growth, development? You know, we talk about business investment. That's a continuous world, especially when land is the base. You know, you have a continent that still has land, you know, and a continent where you can grow anything. And especially when you talk about the tropical countries like Ghana, and as we talk about Ghana specifically, you know, perfect getaway. You know, we don't have to deal with the four seasons, or some people might have different seasons in America, but you know, you have a nice steady climate as far as the temperature is never too hot or too, you know, or too cold. You know, you're just right in a tropical weather, and you have access to, you know, Lake Volta, the Atlantic Ocean, and so on. It's just and you know, when I'm there in Techiman, the Bronghafa region, I see a world of just the future. I see where we can build these sustainable communities, and even to the point where you get to the point where you can build your own power plant. You know, so something similar to a solar power plant, or something, you know, in the world of sustainable energy. But you see to where, you know, if you put your money together, you can achieve all these things and be at one with similar minds of people that you want to be in an environment with. So you know, these are just things that you can process on your travel, and that's why more and more of us opening up our minds to the future of, you know, of traveling to Africa can really save our lives. Because some of us, you know, we work ourselves to death in America, and it's like every day we get up all our life, we went to school for the first 20 years of our life, and, you know, we're in our mid-20s, and then next thing you know, we're on a plantation for 30, 40 years, and then, so, you know, to the point where sometimes we don't even get a chance to even use some of that money to invest in a journey for ourselves, because all these journeys are things are taken care of, organized. That's why me and Jennifer, we organize things to take the stress off you, and all you have to do is just go with the flow and follow, you know, the directions and guidelines. But you know, that's what I'm reaching out to more and more of our people to do that, because it's like, you know, you spend all your life, and you know, you get run down by the plantation system, and then you just die of the stress and heartache, and lonely at times. So it's also great networking when you get out and travel and connect, because it can change your world. Like we talk about this 360. I never thought I'll be thinking about building communities and being a part of development projects, and taking my career to a different level as far as technical operations there in a country like Ghana. But it's ideal. So it's really about exposure. So yeah, what you say about that, Jennifer? These things are merely just exposure, and connecting people to experiences that can literally benefit them for the rest of their life.
Most definitely. Your journeys are definitely the journey of a lifetime.
And I'm sure your journeys are the journey of a lifetime, right?
Most definitely. They're not. You're never the same once you visit your motherland. It's just so much makes sense. Just yeah.
Now want to more so close out with our sister and just share some details with you, especially our contact information.
In terms of the places or the
exactly the itinerary.
Oh, so I'm doing South Africa, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Botswana in November 2018, and then Ethiopia in February 2019.
Excellent. That's
and Ghana again, in November 2019 as well.
So family, we got a lot of journeys all over the place. So just give your contacts, if any of your brothers or sisters or any of our folks in general just want to reach out to you in reference to either having you organize a journey for them or coming on one of the journeys that you are organizing.
Absolutely. So they can call me. My number is 619-408-5510. Or the website. We're building International Black Women's Center for Healing Arts and Entrepreneurship in Ghana will be the first location. And so the information on all the tours for South Africa and Ethiopia and Ghana are also listed on the website. And the website is sistercircle.ning.com. That's sistercircle.ning.com. And my contact information is there as well. And I'm Jennifer White again. Oh, the email, I guess I'll give you my email, jenwhiteconsulting@gmail.com or sistercircle619@gmail.com.
Any Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, any?
Jennifer White on Facebook, and I'm Jennifer White on Instagram. So those are just my personal pages that I share all the good stuff I do.
Folks are gonna be like, that's a common name.
Actually, Sister Circle does have a Facebook page as well.
Okay.
It's a Sister Circle Collect. Mm-hmm.
Yes, family, and as you can see, Africa for the Africans Tours and Investments. That's our goal. Is to connect with our brothers and sisters from African diaspora to build unique experiences and be a part of the future development and growth of the African continent. So website family is africafortheafricans.org, and you'll see the different tours and you'll see the different details as far as information, as far as pictures, videos, and just full documentation. And all contact details are listed on the website. And you can just reach me directly if you just need to talk via phone, 404-931-9429. Check out the details, give me a call, or send me an email, and we'll keep in touch and we'll keep it strong. And my sister, anything you want to finally share, or we're good for the day and we can connect next time?
Give things. I appreciate you, Bomani, and Africa for the Africans. We had a great time traveling with your group this time. And Sister Circle, yes, we connect, we heal, and we empower. So we look forward to having our healing journeys, and anyone who would like to join us, we'd love to have you. Oh, this is our commemorative T-shirt we had from our. We do a conference every 2 years, and this was our Ghana 2017 T-shirt, and so yes, this was our Black Girl Magic T-shirt. So hopefully we get some more sisters to join us for our Black Girl Magic.
Absolutely. I'll give the Facebook page again.
The Facebook page is Sister Circle Collective, and the website is sistercircle.ning.com. sistercircle.ning.com.
Absolutely. So family, that's what we're doing. So forget about Christmas and all the holidays this year and save your extra cash flow and forget about going on a shopping spree and invest that money and travel with Bomani and or Jennifer in the African continent, or at least reach out to us so we can assist you in organizing your journey of a lifetime with your folks. So family, until next time, this is Bomani Tamba, and once again live here on Revolutionary Cam. The journey continues.